Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jupiter James, where I do what I want, when I want, and today I want to get to some astrology. More specifically, my in-depth rising signs and the sign of Virgo. Now, before we get into it, let me explain why I'm doing this. So for me as a predictive astrologer, I personally believe that the most important point, the most important sign in your chart is the rising sign. The rising sign tells me, you know, the nosy person I am, it tells me how you grew up. It tells me who your mom is. It tells me the type of partners and marriages and businesses that you attract. It tells me, you know, what type of career you'll find yourself in or vocation you will find yourself in. It also tells me how you make your money. And that's why whenever I'm at a bar or a club, I'm never asking people, oh my God, what's your sun sign? Or, oh my God, what's your moon sign? I want to know what your rising sign, because it gives me a glimpse of what type of Pisces you are. It gives me a little insight on what type of Leo moon this person might be, you know, because we are all Leo moons. There's a million different types of signs, but we all are different and unique in certain ways, and the rising sign tells you that specificity, if so to speak. So let's get into the Virgo rising chart. Let's do it. Okay, so with Virgo in the first house, this is going to mean that you are ruled by Mercury. Mercury is a very driven and very mental, cerebral, communicative sign. Now, when Mercury is in the earthly grounded sign of Virgo, this is going to mean that it's going to be giving those very mental qualities in a very physical, practical way. And so this gives me the very IT technicians of the world. This gives me the personal assistants of the world. This gives me the people that are doing things behind the scenes that makes the show run perfectly. So again, like I said, this is the personal assistant, the executive assistants. These are the assistants and the people that fix and tinker and make things perfect so that the people that are performing and the people that are out in the world and bringing things to the table can do it more efficiently. These are the crew members within a musical. These are the people that are doing things behind the scenes, the lighting directors, right? Like, these people are very service driven, and they are they seek to fix problems and make things more efficiently. So whenever a Virgo walks into a dirty room, the first thing they think about is like, oh my God, where's your broom? Can I please sweep this up? Can I please tidy up your home, because it's driving me mad? Like, they take the mental aspect of like being mental and organizational skills and putting it to like use, putting it into the real world and in practical matters, if that makes sense. And so whenever you see someone with Virgo in the first house, is going to mean that this person from their outside appearance can look very smart or very put together in a very smart way. Like, take for instance like Hermione Granger, right? Hermione Granger from Harry Potter, that is Virgo vibes. Like, the one that's always raising her hand and she's perfect, but she's still pretty, you know? Like, it's not like Virgos are dorks, it's like the cute dork. It's like the beautiful dorks, because they do care about their bodies. Their bodies are perfect. Like, they care about the gym, they care about aesthetics, but it's in a very smart, studious way. It's very like, it's very, have you ever seen Supergirl on CW? I know that's probably a bad analogy, but Supergirl on CW, you know, when she does her alternate, like alter ego, where she does her like Clark Kent version, that like where it's smart, hair in a bun, hello, it's still beautiful, it's still hot, but it's taking the role of like, I'm here to get a job done. What do you need? Like, how can I assist? And that is Virgo in the first house. Now, when Libra is in the second house, this is going to make for someone who, again, I like to read the birth chart as a story. And if I am relating the second house to the first house, reading it like a story, you'll see that with Venus in the first house in Libra, this is going to mean that people come to you for help to make a situation better, and that's how you make your money. It's the people that there's a problem, can you fix it, and you fix it. With Libra, it's like, that is what Libra does. Libra loves a good problem. Libra takes two sides of something and makes it better, and that is what you offer. You offer people harmony, you offer people grace and balance, right, in whatever situation they may have that is ailing them, and that is how you make your money. It could be interior design, it could be It could, anything that, again, where you take a problem and you solve it. That's what Libra is. It's the scales, it's justice, right? What does a judge do? A judge takes a problem and fixes it. So when that energy goes into your second house, this is how you make your money, and this is what you value as well. These things is what you hold near and dear to your heart. You really in your heart, you seek to perfect people, places, and things. That's what you want to do, and you almost are to a fault with that. You know, like, you give your help to people that probably don't deserve it. You probably give unwarranted advice or unsolicited help. Like, you just do it because it's something that you want to do. It's in you. You're a Virgo. You're a Virgo rising, and that's how you show up in the world. So with Scorpio in your third house, this is going to mean that, you know, although you are able to give your help to others, sometimes what you say or what you are really thinking, you know, you could either it can fall into two categories, right? Because your third house is your cerebral faculties and Pluto is there. So this could mean that, again, you are very, very smart. You are very, like, you are sharp. You are sharp as a tack, and you can see into the depths of a situation. This is how you are able to do what you do. This is how you're able to assess a situation and go, yep, that's the problem. There, I can fix it. That's the problem with this person. Oh, that's the ailment that person is having. Let me fix that. Because, you know, like, a lot of doctors, a lot of nurses are Virgo risings, and with Scorpio in the, something's in my eye. With Scorpio in the third house, you are able to see into the depths of a situation, and this is how you fix it. This is how you perfect it, by seeing the weaknesses of somebody, by seeing what is wrong. Like, it's not on the surface with you. You go to the core of the problem in your mind, and you can see it, and you know it, and you just know what people need in order to fix their situations. I had a friend who was a Virgo rising, and I used to be a fitness instructor, right? And I didn't even know that for the years that I was doing it, I wasn't drinking a lot of protein. I wasn't really taking care of my body the way I should have. I wasn't stretching. I wasn't doing the outside maintenance that I needed to do. And when I started hanging out with this friend, and I was complaining to him about how tired I was, how bone tired I was, within a matter of a week, I didn't really know him that long, but within a matter of a week, he was like, you need to drink protein. And I was like, well, how do you know I don't drink protein? He was like, well, I've been with you long enough to know that I've seen in your patterns, and I've seen how you operate, that you don't drink protein, or that you don't put in any supplements in your body. And like, he found me the best protein. I didn't even ask. This is the thing, is that I didn't even ask for his help. He went out on his own, and he bought me the correct protein that I needed. And that protein, from this day, I take it, and I have never felt that feeling of being tired like that from my workouts anymore, if that makes sense. So that is what a Virgo does. They see into the problem even before you do. Like, I'm in my own body, and I'm the fitness professional, and he's not, but he just could tell, oh, this is what you need. Like, and that is what a Virgo does with that Scorpio in the third house. They can really see into the root of a problem. Now, with Sagittarius in the fourth house, this is gonna mean that, you know, maybe you had absent parents. Maybe you had parents that were very absent. You know, with Sagittarius in the fourth house, this could mean that for whatever, maybe one of your parents was absent, you know, and yeah, like one of your parents was absent or away or traveling or doing something away from the home, or even if they were in the home, they just weren't, they weren't there, you know, like mentally or spiritually or emotionally, they just weren't there. And so this could make for a household that was very maybe like philosophical or very fiery, or you and your parents might have traveled a lot. You probably traveled a lot growing up, or you probably went here and there and did all these things. But for the most part, this could make for an absent mother, a mother that just mentally or emotionally wasn't there. I have a couple Virgo rising friends, and they all have kind of, you know, moms that are there but not there, whether it be emotionally, physically, or mentally, or all three, or a combination, or, you know, it's something about the mom or the upbringing that is there, the parents are away, or the parent is away. Yeah, so now with Capricorns, with Capricorns, with fifth house in Capricorn, this is gonna mean that for you, dating takes work for you. You know, it really, if you treat your dating life like you do your job, you would win at it. You know, I always say wherever Capricorn is, it says success is possible, but you're gonna have to work at it. And you know, all of my Virgo rising friends, they have problems with dating is because they don't want to work at their dating. They work for everybody else. They're there for their friends. They'll clean their car. They'll balance the checkbook. They'll do all these things for their job and their career and their friends and their family. But when it comes to dating, for some reason, they don't want to work at it. They don't want to put in the work and treat it like a job. And I promise, if Virgo, of all the signs, if you were to treat your dating life like you do your job, you won't have a problem. You will not have a problem. And that's what that indicates, is that for you, Saturn is in the house of dating and your hobbies and your fun. And that's why some people can say like, oh, like, you don't want to have fun, or you're boring, or like, why are you so uptight? But that's because to a Virgo, it feels like work. It feels like work to be out and to be social and to have fun and to let go. Something in them doesn't want them to let go, and that thing is Saturn. Saturn doesn't, for whatever reason, want them to be so loose. You know, they are the fixers, and they feel like if they let go too much, they won't be able to wake up the next day and kill it at their job, or kill it in their career, or be there for their boss, you know? And so again, that's just the quality that offers in the fifth house when Capricorn is there. Now with Aquarius in the sixth house, it is just so funny. Like when I read the birth chart like a book, it all makes sense as to why you are a Capricorn, why you are a Virgo rising. Now you have Aquarius in the sixth house, and with Aquarius in the sixth house, this is going to mean that for you, in your day-to-day, you are dealing with the public in one form or another. You are someone that, with your service, with what you offer, you are doing something that better shapes the world. You are doing something in your day-to-day that helps the collective at large. And it's not just something that's mundane, like, oh, here's a scoop of ice cream for your job. And sure, if you're young, we all start somewhere, right? I misspoke. You know, if you are a waitress, that is that's like entry-level Virgo rising. But ultimately, you will find yourself in a career or in a day-to-day mission that you are doing something that helps the collective, that helps the masses. The friend that I had that was a Virgo rising was actually doing things to like tinker on ambulances, sirens, right? Just something small, but it's still like, if an ambulance doesn't have a siren, they can't save the day, right? So yeah, now moving on. With Pisces in the seventh house, now, this right here is what I'm going to say with this. With Virgo risings in this section here, okay, let me gather my thoughts. Now, when it comes to their dating life and dating, do not get caught up in fantasy, Virgo risings. Do not get caught up in liars and cheaters. Do not put the cart before the horse. You can really fall for people who you shouldn't be falling for. You could really do things and imagine things and fantasize about your partners, and that aren't even doing anything for you. And this is because Pisces is in the house. Wherever Pisces is, it offers illusion and fantasy, and it is going to require you to be very discerning. And you know what I find so funny is that a Virgo is so critical, aside from the one that they like or love. And when they attract people who for some reason, that are very Piscean. For some reason, this person that they attract will be so Piscean that all of that criticalness, all of that like, I am so sorry, there's something in my eye. All that criticalness, all of that like, you know, seeing into the depths of someone or seeing into the depths of the problem. When it comes to the person that they attract, they are mystified. That's what it is. When Pisces is on the seventh house, this person is mystified by someone, and they will allow illusion and fantasy to take over, and you cannot allow it. You have to take what is face value with the people in your life that you want to date. Again, I said for Capricorn 5th house, you have to treat it like a job interview. You have to treat it like, okay, what are your credentials? What's your background? What can you offer? And really take note. What is this person doing for me in reality? Not what I feel I want them to do, not what I think what are they actually doing in reality for you? And if they are not doing anything and you start to say, oh, well, I think and I hope and this is what I feel. No, Virgo rising. Bad Virgo rising. Bad. No. Pisces in the 7th house, you can get very carried away and lied to very easily when it comes to the business partnerships that you align yourself with and the partners you align yourself with. And this is my warning to you to not be that way. My mom is a Virgo rising, and so I feel like I'm kind of talking to my mom in a way, because I hate to tell this story, but you know, like I'm not gonna even tell a story, but long story short is that I want my Virgo risings to do better. Do not get caught up in imagination and fantasy. Do not get caught up on one person who you felt could have changed, or who you felt you could have fixed, or who you felt, no. Take things for what they are. It's such a dichotomy, because for a Virgo to be so critical, right? They just lose it all when it comes to love. That goes out the window, and I'm here to tell you that you have to keep that same energy. The same energy you have for your job and your career and people and fixing things, keep that same level of energy when it comes to your dating life, and I promise you will be successful at it. You have to be able to be discerning at who is good for you and who is not. And my rant is over with that, because I don't know who I was talking to, but I was talking to somebody out there about that one. Now, with Aries in the 8th house, but I will say this, for the 7th house in Pisces, after you conquer the tests of not allowing yourself to be swindled or lied to, or allow fantasy to take over in your career, that is when the universe will go, this person is ready for me to actually give them a creative spiritual partner. You will have a partner that at the end of the day, you work so hard, you do so much for so many, and you will have a partner that will cook and clean for you and make things so lovely and so easy flowing and so creative, that will balance you out, that you could just lay your head on at night. You really will. But first you gotta pass that test. With everything for Virgo is very studious, and for Virgo, I really feel that the universe is giving you the test of the lifetime. You gotta pass tests. You gotta pass your tests. You gotta treat this like school and show the universe that you are ready for the actual thing. Yeah. So now with Aries on the 8th house. Aries 8th house is going to make for a person that, this person with Aries means the body. Aries means you. It means your will. It's who you are. Aries is you, It's your body. It's you. That's where Mars is. It's your vitality, right? So with Aries in the 8th house, this is going to mean that this person will probably go through a lot of transformations in their life. This person will also probably seek out transformations. This person will probably seek out intimacy and seek out love and connection and partnership. But at the same time, it could go either way. This person could be alone for a minute, because Aries is singular. Aries is one. Aries is independent. And so for you, it's not that you don't want it, it's just that simply you are in it right now by yourself. And this can change over time. But what I do know is that when you do have sex and when you do bond with someone, it is very fiery, it is very passionate. You love passionate sex when you can get over the hump of your Capricorn 5th house, when you can get over the hump of liars and cheaters in your 7th house, when you do find the one that you love, or you do actually finally come down to finding worthy partners, you have amazing, passionate, fiery, sexual sex. You really get down. You really do the thing. It's steamy, it's hot. Now, with Aries being in your house of the occult, again, you are probably a very occult person. You are a very witchy person. You are a very spiritual person, depending on what your moon or your sun is, but you are those things. You can be those things. Yeah. Now, with your ninth house is going to be in Taurus, and this is going to mean that for you, you don't travel a lot. You probably travel here and there. And I encourage you to travel, but you don't travel a lot. And when you do travel, you do things that aren't very, you do things that are very luxurious, but you're not moving around a lot. When you travel, you go to that one destination and you stay there and you just like sow in your roots, and you want to take your time, you want to take it slow, you want to drink a nice drink, but you don't really like, you're not the type to just be like, all right, I'm here, I'm there, I'm here. No, like, that's not you. You're not a very traveling sign. You are someone that likes to just stay put where you are and get the job done where you are. You don't like to pull yourself away from your work. You are probably so engrossed in your work that like traveling, you're like, oh, the year's gone. I've looked up 5 years, I haven't traveled. Like, I should really go let my hair down somewhere. Yeah. Now, with your 10th house in Gemini, this is going to mean that Mercury is ruling your 10th house. And this is going to mean that for you, you are going to be someone that is always whizzing around in your career. You're going to be someone that, you're doing this, you're doing that, you got to communicate with this person. Okay, now I got to go relay that message to this person. Now I got to go take it to that person. Now, if that does not sound like a personal assistant or an executive assistant, I don't know what does, right? Think about it, right? What does a personal assistant do? They take information and they relay it, and they go and they take this and they do that, and they gotta. So again, everything reads like a book in the birth chart, and you'll see that the 10th house is just like the first house, is that those are one and the same. A Virgo rising is nothing but a Gemini in the 10th house. That's all it is. It's a person whizzing around, helping and talking and communicating and offering service to people. That's what you will do in your 10th house in your careers. You're going to be doing something that requires you to speak and relay information in some shape or form. You're going to have to speak in your career or relay information. You cannot be a shy person. You will not be a shy person in your career. You have to offer your service, and yeah, you have to offer your service in your career in some shape or form. Yeah. Now, with your 11th house in Cancer, this is going to mean that for you, you really want to nurture the masses in some shape or form. You really, with Moon in your 11th house, you are going to be doing something that offers healing to the world in some way, shape or form later on in life. Or by the gains of your 10th house, this is what you will achieve, like later on in life, yeah. Now, with your Leo in 12th. Now, with Leo in the 12th house, this is going to mean that for you, you could be a very spiritual person. You could be a very spiritual person, and you like to talk about like the hidden, deep, dark things. Like if people really get to know you, you express it. You express what's on your mind. You express what's hidden. That's what it is. You express what's hidden. This looks at the 5th house again. Remember I said, wait, not the 5th house. This looks at the 3rd house again. Remember I said that for you, you get into the root of the problem, right? And you probably express it. You probably give unsolicited advice. And that is because you see into the root. With Sun in the 12th house, you see what's hidden. You can see it. You can feel it. You know it. And so, yeah, that is going to be what that is for you in Leo in the 12th house. That is your reading, Virgo rising. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got some insight within that. I encourage you to look at anything regarding Mercury, anything regarding Mercury. Go ahead and take a look in my channel for anything regarding Mercury through the houses. Look for Mercury in the 1st house. That will give you some insight. And yeah, if you need a birth chart reading or a more in-depth reading, I would love to see the planets in your chart, because it can also color your chart and color your life in a different way, and I would love to read that for you and really figure out with the entire picture of your unique birth chart what that can do for you. So hit my links below for a birth chart reading, and I will see y'all on the next one, all right? Love y'all. Have a great day. Bye.